Today it's landscaping an awkward little bed. Got this little bed that's like 2.5 feet long. My property line. Try and use the other side over on the left for storing tools and going through. So it's kind of a walkway, and then my neighbor's got the grass right next to it. You'd see I kind of let it be a little neglected over the last couple of years, but I now want to landscape it. So I'll go out and pick out some plants that will work really well into a narrow spot. Get it prepped for it, bring the plants over, plant it, and we'll see how it turns out. Wandering through as to what is good possibilities. I want to find something that's narrow and can tolerate full sun. And it looks like the hinoki over here will stay relatively narrow for a long time. So hinoki would be a good, oh, it's kind of funky pine. I think this funky pine's got some height to it, so it's not. Pull it out. Get this tree in the way. Yeah, I think this pine. Little strange twist. Might be a good tree for the spot. Stays narrow. What do I have for maples? Jerry Schwartz. Jerry Schwartz, actually. There's a little one over here. That stays pretty narrow. That'd be a possible choice. This little weeper is obviously too wide. This Japanese white pine has some height and narrow. That'd be a good choice. Ruby stars would be a good choice. I could find one that I've got that's small enough. That's a narrow tree. Have to look and see if I've got something a little bit smaller than that one. Pixie is another choice. Would get a little wider because it gets a little bit bigger, but maybe encroachments to the neighbors wouldn't. Probably give up a little grass over time. See a pretty little maple on the property line. Angel Falls. Angel Falls would be a nice addition, actually something tall. Let's see what I got for Angel Falls. I have this nice tall Angel Falls. It's narrow. That's got some good size, got some good height. I think that's going to be one of the choices to put in there. Angel Falls would be good. I could do a japonicum. It's going to get taller up above. So I could do japonicum so I got some height. Stay relatively narrow at the bottom because I'm going to have trunk. But I can plant it real close to the Angel Falls. So it actually kind of almost grows into the trunk over time. Combine them together. That's a good combination. I got pines though. There it's like picked out pines. I need to get a fir. What do I have that's a narrow fir? I have this weeping fir. That'd be a nice one. I lost the name of it. Dell's weeping, I believe, something like that. It needs to go into the ground, get a lot firmer up. I'd say that's going to be a good choice. So maybe a hinoki, a couple firs. Maybe I'll grab one of these little homolopus firs or cross. Put them out there, grab them up, lay them out and see how they go. A little hemlock could work too. Stays narrow, Jarvis or Green Lakes. So here's my possibilities that I grabbed. Get a pixie that I can keep pruned to narrow. That can fit in there. Might encroach a little bit. The ginkgo again can be pruned. That's a slower growing ginkgo. There's a little fur over there. I don't know much about it. Here's a really old spiralis hinoki, I believe is what this is. Old tree. I have the main tree, the pine, weeping white pine, Angel Falls. I grabbed a little dogwood. That's a possibility. Again, that's a tree that it needs a little extra pruning to keep it into that narrow spot. I have this slow going fir tree as the possibility. So that's what we're looking at to put in there. Now I'll go prep the bed and lay plants out and see what they look like first. Got the area prepped out, but don't have any room for any mounding, so pretty narrow. Can plant everything towards the left, give me more room to the right so it doesn't encroach into my neighbor's yard. But it's a space. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 steps long. It's about 14-15 feet. It's like I said, it's on the back side of my house, so it's not really seen, but it's got to look nice. That will be the next layout of the trees. So here's laid out the trees, pretty tight, close together, but there's a street out there, and this has become a nice little block from the street. We got the weeping dell, whatever fir tree. I moved that down to the end so it can kind of weep over the corner of this. Doesn't really impact anything. I've got the dogwood, scarlet flame or something like that, scarlet something or other, a small dogwood. It can stay there for a long time. And again, I can keep it pruned. The Angel Falls in the center, kind of the anchor. That just kind of gets a little bit wider and wider. I'll lean it towards the house, my house, to the left, which gives it more room to kind of have a canopy coming this direction so my neighbors get the view. And then over here I'll have the jade butterflies, the ginkgo, narrow, slow growing ginkgo, so easy to keep in that spot. The spiralis, the hinoki spiralis, Chamasiferous spiralis, it stays very narrow, and this tree is probably 30 years old. Ended up with the last little spot, looking at it with the pine that's still sitting here, the white pine, and the spruce to the left. I don't really have room for like a pixie or any type of upright maple. It will interfere with trying to prune the pine, so I will now look for something that's say smaller, and some ways maybe it's not even a maple. My favorite tree peony would fit nicely into the spot and really stay here and never really have to maintain it. I can stand over the top of it and prune the pine, so even if it kind of grows into it, I'm still okay. I can reach around it. So that's probably going to be plant number 2, 4, 6 that will get planted here. Well, I found a maple, this Autumn Glow, which has been sitting over here. Hasn't done super well. Maybe that's a perfect tree. It's a very small growing tree. See, it's actually the right height to fit in there. Perfect. And then I add a maple to that bed, which it doesn't have. So I think that's going to be the choice. I'll just dig it up and move it over. You got the Autumn Glow in position. I had this silver pearl that got moved when they dug up my geisha gone wild over on the other side and got forgotten. Looks like it's got new buds, so excuse me. So it should be okay to plant there. And that will give me a nice little landscaped place. This is my starting point, and I'll dig with. In this case, I'm going to start down at the left, beginning. That'll be the first tree to plant, and then I'll just plant across until I get to the last tree and place them as I think looks best. In this case, I dug it, the pine, and getting it close to the dogwood, but as I look at it, it's like, nah, it's not, it's a little too close. So I have to pull it back out, move it over a couple inches. Me, it's always a couple inches this way, a couple inches that way, until I like the looks of it. These two fit out nicely. Gives me some room to walk by. Moved the pine over about 6 inches, and yeah, you can see it's got some space to grow for the next 5-10 years. Dogwood, same thing. Eventually they'll grow into each other, but that's what pruning is. Keep plants in their place. So I could probably move it a few inches more, but that gives me a little more room to move the ginkgo down to the left, kind of loosen up the planting over on the right, even though all those are really, really slow growing. After a little extra digging with the shovel, I found a root from the existing tree that was here. Had to cut that so I could get it in place. The ginkgo, I didn't feel so strong. I just dug it. I planted it a little bit high. I was able to get some of the roots, but there used to be like a 20-foot tall tree here. There's the leftover roots. So it's pretty much cut out, and I'll be able to get the hinoki in just a few seconds. All right, move to the next one. Okay, a little bit of extra time. Rain came, kind of slowed it down a little bit, but it's all planted. Have a little mulch on top. So you see the fir tree gonna droop over to my sidewalk. A little dogwood, grow about 8 to 10 feet tall. Should fit in there nicely. Added a little hemlock that was in the bed originally. It's kind of one that was struggling. Angel Falls, nice blue weeping white pine. Jade butterfly, the ginkgo, fit in there nicely. Slow growing narrow tree. Fir over there, fir down there. I'm not sure which one it is. Probably Normandienda, like Petra and Spiralis. Got the autumn glow, yeah, in there, fit in there nicely. The silver pearl, hopefully I didn't kill it. Every now and then something happens, but you can see how to tightly landscape and narrow bed, and it should last for quite a while. 5-10 years. Might have to be redone.